Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? This is Deacon082 and welcome back to Pokemon Red Badgeless. Today we're going to start off by doing something that I should have done before, and I'm just going to take care of it really quick now. I'm going to get the bike voucher and get the bicycle because it will save a lot of time, mainly off screen, but it'll also save time on screen so we can get possibly more done in episodes. So we get the bike voucher. I'm just going to take that up to Cerulean really quick, and I will meet you back when we get it. And without Fly, and without Cut, and without a bike, that is a long walk to get this bicycle back in Cerulean. So now we have a bike, and it will make traveling faster, and I'll definitely make sure to use it. But for now, we're going to teleport back to Vermilion to start the events of today's episode. So, last time we caught Moltres, and I basically said that Moltres was such a pain to deal with, having to catch it. So, in this episode, we're going to do things a little bit differently. So, we're going to put our bicycle first here, first of all, and basically, when you don't have Fly, you have to rely on biking around to get to a lot of places, so unfortunately I'm going to have to cut again as we are going to head back to Fuchsia City. And that sure is a long trip back, so I just saved you guys the trouble of having to wait on that because, man, that's a long way. Okay, we're going to heal up in the Pokemon Center here so that our teleport point becomes Fuchsia, which will be useful later on in this episode, I think. Depends on how much we can get done, but I think it'll be useful this episode. Okay, so now we are going to set up another Trainer Fly. So we're going to do this one on Route 14, actually. I have not showed off Route 14 for Trainer Fly, but there are a few good trainers here. Now that we have access to a bicycle, we can get there much faster. So, yeah. We kind of have to sneak through the grass, so encounters could be a problem later on. But our trainer of choice is this guy. And I just always save for precaution, even though Trainer Fly's not that easy to fail. Of course I fail. So apparently you have 16 frames to pop up your start menu, and I'm just so bad that I can't press start within 16 frames. So yeah, that kind of sucks. And now we have to fight a trainer, and we also can't bike for this part, so I got the bike, but like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of Trainer Fly, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. Okay, so we're going to fight a trainer, and this girl has, I believe, 3 Pokemon. Let's see. Yes, she has 3 Pokemon, just like I thought. She has a Bellsprout up first. No big deal. I don't know what these guys can do, so we're just going to take them out with Pound. At some point in this battle, I am going to want to get Abra killed. I'm just waiting for a Pokemon I can do that on better because Oddish will love to not attack and just kind of spam other stuff. Okay, Tangela. Let's try this. Luckily with Abra in a trainer battle, if you want to get it killed, you can just spam teleport if it doesn't kill you. Let's see how much this does. Oh, that's nice. Critical hit. So this will definitely get Abra killed, and then we can finish off the battle. Okay. And Mew taking revenge for the fallen Abra. Now, the reason I haven't got Nidoking out yet is because I have to take care of another glitch first. Okay, so now anytime we can go back to Route 14 to get in another battle with whatever this trainer gives. But first I'm going to try to find another Venonat, because I don't actually care what that trainer gives. I just had to fight a trainer. So we'll look for a Venonat again. Okay, so we got a Venonat and got poisoned and got our health down again. I'm just setting up for the Safari Zone escape glitch again, which we're going to have to do quite a lot of times in this run because there are just so many times that we can't get to areas because we won't have an HM required. So I'm sorry if this gets a little repetitive. I'm going to try to trim it down as much as possible so you don't have to watch me do this as many times. How's my health? 146. We'll bike around a little bit more. I like to keep it around like 130 so it's just less time walking in the Safari Zone entrance building. What's my health at now? When I go in, it'll be 133, so okay. We've seen this part before, but I suppose I'll show it again. We barely have enough money to get into the Safari Zone, so that's a slight hiccup if we will have to fight a trainer at some point to get money. Okay, so now we save and reset, and now we'll just have to wear out our 500 steps, and you guys don't want to watch that, so I'll cut to when I get close to there. Now, if you're late to the party here, we do a little thing called jumping off a ledge on our 500th step, and what this does is it takes us back to the Safari Zone entrance in midair, and it allows us to walk through stuff. Now, I also went and deposited Abra, well, everyone but Abra in the PC, for the simple reason of being able to actually feign in here, and we do need Abra because we will have to teleport later. So here we go, feigning, and we are now back in Fuchsia City where our teleport point was. And now we're going to take our bike, but to where? Well, we're going south, and we're actually going to surf. Well, not surf, I suppose we could go in the water, but I like going on the rocks because it's cool. And we're going to pass by Seafoam Islands here. And eventually we're going to reach Cinnabar Island here shortly. Yep, Cinnabar Island here on the roof. Notice sprites are a little glitched. And yeah, there's an encounter on the water. We get a tentacle. Level 5. Hey, I wonder if I can catch this thing. How hard's tentacle to catch? Maybe we'll add another Pokemon to our collection. I won't bother. We'll get a tentacle later. I just don't really want to run into anything right now. And while battles do not get rid of your walk through walls, trainer battles do, however. So we can keep our walk through walls, and now we are in Pallet Town. See where this is going? We're just going to keep heading north. And by the way, if you go into that grass over on the right, it will crash your game, so don't do that. Now we're in Viridian City. And the main attraction in Viridian City for anyone who knows about glitches, that would be this guy here. Are we in a hurry? Not really. Don't we know how to catch Pokemon? We only have 14 Pokemon so far. I'm not sure if we really know, so we're gonna watch this old man catch a Weedle, and this is probably the oldest glitch in Pokemon Red and Blue, the earliest discovered. It's called the Old Man glitch, and what that's going to do, now we're going to teleport back to Fuchsia. Basically, it changes our name to Old Man temporarily. So we can see Old Man caught Weedle or Old Man threw Pokeball. Now, normally, what effect would that possibly have on the game? Well, nothing, except it has to store the data for our names somewhere. And it actually stores the data in wild encounter data. Now, it's the wild grassy encounters, so anytime you go into a normal area with grass, it gets overwritten. But there's actually grass on these tiles on Cinnabar Island and on Seafoam Islands. It's water, but the shoreline is treated as grass for some reason. So, if we continue to surf up and down on the coast of Cinnabar Island after this, I Come on, time is money. What are we gonna run into? A wild Porygon level 171. Okay, that is not actually what I was looking for. I'm looking for something else first, and hopefully it comes up eventually. Here it is. What are we going to find here? This is taking a little longer. Oh shit, it's Missing No. Actually, this is not Missing No, this is his buddy, apostrophe M Block. And if we go to our items now, you can see, well, we have 9 Master Balls. We did not have 9 Master Balls before. What we can also do is swap a rare candy here. You know what, let's catch this guy with our new Master Ball. Ah, we caught M. And, it's going to ask if we want to give a nickname. We're going to say no. And wait a minute, didn't we just catch this guy? Well, upon catching it, now we have 9 rare candies as well. You know what? Let's catch it again. What do we got here? Alright, Ditto was caught. Well, that's certainly interesting, as now we have a Ditto out of nowhere. Okay, so let's look at our Pokemon now. We have, first of all, the Ditto. This is a completely normal Ditto, level 80. And this is M. That attack stat is pretty high, and it knows Water Gun, and Sky Attack. Now the interesting thing, see its Pokédex number 0. Okay, so normally when you encounter a Pokemon, it will have its Pokédex number. And, normally they're from 1 to 151. And, when you, use, what's it called? When you catch a Pokemon of that, it will write to, the save file or whatever, and it will write to the Pokédex and show that you captured it. But when you catch Pokemon over 151, or number 0, it happens that, well, you get an interesting glitch where it thinks it's a different Pokemon. So, there's a lot of explaining to do right now. You notice our sprites were glitched there. You can get out of that by looking at another Pokemon's data. Here we have a wild Squirtle level 160. Okay, I don't know why there's a Squirtle here, but let's throw another Master Ball for good measure. Okay, so when we encountered that M, we'll just call it Missing No because Missing No has the same effect. It is actually Pokédex number 255, which shows as 0 because the way the data rolls over. It might be 256, I don't remember. But instead of registering a Pokemon as seen in our Pokédex, it actually writes to our items because the items are right after the Pokemon, so we get duplicated items, which is really weird, but it duplicates our 6th item. And when we caught it, it duplicated our 6th item again, which is why I switched rare candies in there. And now I'm looking for another one to show one more thing off. Okay, also for some reason with M-Block it can appear at level 0. Now this, you will always, no matter what you put as your name, you will always get M-Block at level 0. If you happen to catch this and send it to your PC, you won't be able to withdraw it. But going to our items again, we now have 5 rare candies. They got duplicated again. I'm not going to bother catching this one, but in addition to duplicating your items, it also has the weird effect of possibly turning into Rhydon if its Pokédex entry is viewed. Now, its Pokédex entry is just random glitchy stuff, but you can rectify this by having a certain Pokemon caught for all these glitches, and for Missing No and M, it just so happens to be Cubone. So if you already have Cubone caught in your Pokédex, catching M will not make the Pokédex entry appear because for some reason it treats it as Cubone. This has to do with the memory of Pokemon with numbers above 151 rolling over and doing starting again with Bulbasaur in the Pokédex and going on through, so it just so happens that the highest number, which rolls over to 0 for this guy, turns into Cubone, and since we caught that Cubone a long time ago, we don't get a Pokédex screen. Okay, finally found a Porygon, and yeah, what we can do now is catch this Porygon with our Master Balls. And why are we finding high-level Porygons and Squirtles here? Well, that is another glitch I will explain. This happens to be with our name, oddly enough. So, I told you that our name was stored in the wild encounter data. Well, our name is Alcazar. It just so happens that the characters in the name correspond to different Pokemon that you can find. The 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 11th characters in our name correspond to what Pokemon can be found. So K corresponds to Porygon, I think. Z corresponds to Oddish, I actually messed up there. And R corresponds to Squirtle. And the 9th and 11th are blank, which correspond to M, index number 0. We're also going to do something else here. Well, the Cinnabar Gym is locked, but we're going in anyway. Let's see, yeah. I need to fight the first trainer here. Okay. So, the levels correspond to the second digits. The 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, and 10th characters in our name correspond to our Pokemon's level. So, the Pokemon we find are really high levels because all the characters you can put in a name correspond to really high levels. And the 8th character is the end of name Terminator, which has index 80. Well, it's different in hets, but 80 corresponds to level 80 missing no, or M, and the 0 corresponds, level 0 is a blank character. Okay, so we just fought this guy in Cinnabar Gym, and when we try to leave Cinnabar Gym, we get the door is locked message. Interestingly enough, if you heal in the Pokemon Center, your run is over because there is absolutely no way to get off this island anymore. We're going to buy one mat to repel right now. I know this is a lot of explaining for one episode, but we're going to finish off this episode by teleporting back to Fuchsia City, and then we are going to catch another Pokemon. We did that trainer fly very early on in the episode, and we're actually going to use that trainer fly to encounter a Pokemon on Route 14. Now, the last trainer we fought was that guy in the gym, and that guy in Cinnabar Gym, the very first trainer, corresponds to a blue exclusive Pokemon that is not normally available in red. I used a Mat's Repel so we wouldn't run into anything here to mess it up, because you can't avoid the trainers without going in the grass. And here we are, Route 14. We should encounter a Vulpix. Yes, we do. Okay. Vulpix, really cool Pokemon. It's level 7 once again. And we can now that we have all these Master Balls, it's going to be very easy to catch everything from now on. As here we get this Vulpix, level 7. And that is yet another Pokemon. And yeah, this episode has gone on for quite a long time actually, so I think we're going to end this episode here. We got a lot done. We caught M, we caught a Ditto, we caught Squirtle and Porygon at very high levels. So in the next episode of Pokemon Red Badgeless, hopefully I won't have as much explaining to do, but we're going to continue the drill of catching all kinds of Pokemon and maybe doing some more glitches that I haven't showed off yet. So, this has been Deacon082, and I will see you guys next time.